That's not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk in off the street and ask for our records.
Well, with all due respect, there are numerous records in your office that are available to the public, and the ones I'm seeking fall into that category. So if you don't mind, I'd like to...
Not so fast, Toots. I'm in charge of who gets to see what around here, and I don't like your tone. I've never seen you before. Do you live in this state? Who the heck are you anyway?
Again, with all due respect, I don't have to give you my name just to look at a few records. The Freedom of Information Act is very clear about that.
Oh, great. This is going to be one of those deals. You're going to squeeze my shoes about your rights, and I'm going to have to bow and scrape and give you what you want. Well, guess what? I'm not necessarily of a mind to do that. Now, again, I ask, who are you and what do you want?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you my name. That's not your concern. What I want are the applications for the new mall and new condominium complex in town.
Ha! That's a good one. You're asking for something that's private. I'm not going to give it to you.
I'm sorry, you're wrong. The applications like that are public records. I'm sorry, I'm not here to start trouble, but I really do need those records.
Look, maybe you've got a point, but I don't like it. You're asking me for a lot of information. I'm not about to drop everything and go hunting for this stuff.
That's okay, but I need them fairly soon. How long will it take?
How long? Maybe a couple months. Unless you want to pay my overtime.
Months? That's not right, and you know it. Those documents are sitting right here in the office. It should take you a couple of hours, at most a couple of days to get them for me to look at. I think the law is on my side. What are you going to do to fill my request? If you don't give me an answer that satisfies me, I'm going to have to file a complaint with the Freedom of Information Commission. I can work with you on this, but you need to be reasonable.
Work with me? That's a hoot. But I guess that's the only way to get you out of here. I've read that stupid FOIA Act, and you probably can have some of those documents. But my boss isn't here to tell me which ones, and I don't want to give them to you.
But they're public records. When do I get them?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to review them with the applicants in question. Then if they don't object, we'll give them to you. It'll take about 3 weeks.
Are you nuts? This is my deja vu. Are you stoned or something? Okay.
Yeah. Right.
You can't arbitrarily decide what's a public record and what's not. I have a right to inspect those records.
Well, guess what? We say you don't. And what we say goes because they're our records.
Your solution is unacceptable. I'm going to have to contact the Freedom of Information Commission.
Now, what we do with that we've obviously written it to an extreme. But we tell clerks, that's not what you do. Everybody has the same right, even if they're tired of looking at her, even if she's made dozens of requests, that's not the way to treat people. And what that does is that sets the fuse, that lights the fuse, and people go off. You don't, if you get treated that way, folks, Diane's reaction, as read, was you just be as calm as you possibly can be, and you ultimately, if you can't get anywhere, she tried everything to talk to him, and it didn't work. But if you've got a request where they come out and say, gee, I'm not quite sure what you're looking for, you don't want to be belligerent. You want to try to work with them. Now, volunteer number 2. Who's going to help me with the next?